the power China has over the United States of America and what Trump plans to do about it. The relationship between the United States and China remains one of the most critical and complex in global politics. As China's global influence has grown, its leverage over the United States has become a focal point of concern. President Donald Trump has made addressing this imbalance a cornerstone of his presidency, implementing policies aimed at countering China's growing influence while protecting American interests. In this video, we examine the nature of China's power over the United States and Trump's strategies to address it. China wields significant power over the U.S. economy, thanks to their deeply intertwined economic relationship. As the largest foreign holder of U.S. debt, with over $800 billion in Treasury bonds, China has a stake in the American financial system. This interdependence creates a delicate balance, as any drastic moves by China could destabilize global markets. Additionally, the U.S. relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing for goods ranging from electronics to pharmaceuticals. This dependency, which was highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic, has prompted concerns about vulnerabilities in critical supply chains. President Trump has consistently called out these dependencies, labeling them as threats to national security and economic independence. In response, Trump has intensified his efforts to bring jobs back to America. His administration has expanded tariffs on Chinese imports, incentivized U.S. companies to relocate their manufacturing operations, and promoted investments in domestic industries. These measures aim to reduce reliance on China and bolster American economic resilience. One of the most significant ways China exerts power over the United States is through its role as the world's factory. A vast majority of products used by Americans are manufactured in China, including electronics, clothing, appliances, toys, and even critical medical supplies. Major U.S. companies like Apple, Nike, and General Motors rely on Chinese factories for production, given their efficiency, lower labor costs, and established supply chain networks. This dependency became glaringly evident during the COVID-19 pandemic, when shortages of personal protective equipment, PPE, ventilators, and pharmaceuticals exposed the vulnerabilities of the U.S. relying heavily on China for essential goods. Even outside of crises, the U.S. trade deficit with China highlights the imbalance in manufacturing and economic power. President Donald Trump has consistently criticized this over-reliance on Chinese-made goods, emphasizing the need for a resurgence of American manufacturing. To address this issue, he has implemented several strategies. Number 1. Tariffs and trade wars. Trump expanded tariffs on Chinese imports, making it more expensive for U.S. companies to source products from China. The goal is to incentivize businesses to move production back to the U.S. or to other countries less hostile to American interests. 2. Incentives for U.S. manufacturing. Trump's administration has offered tax breaks and other financial incentives to encourage companies to build factories in the U.S. For instance, he has championed programs to revitalize the steel, automobile, and tech industries by creating jobs domestically. 3. Diversifying supply chains. Trump has encouraged American businesses to diversify their supply chains by shifting production to other countries, such as Vietnam, India, or Mexico, instead of relying solely on China. This strategy aims to reduce China's monopoly on manufacturing while still allowing businesses access to affordable production options, investing in critical sectors. To address shortages of essential goods like medical supplies and semiconductors, Trump has prioritized investing in critical sectors. His administration has provided federal funding to boost domestic production of PPE, pharmaceuticals, and advanced technologies like microchips, which are vital for national security and economic independence. China's technological advancements have emerged as a key area of competition. The nation has positioned itself as a global leader in artificial intelligence, telecommunications, and renewable energy, surpassing the United States in several critical fields. Furthermore, China dominates the production of rare earth elements essential for manufacturing semiconductors, electric vehicles, and other advanced technologies. President Trump has taken decisive action to counter China's influence in the tech sector. He has imposed strict regulations on Chinese companies like Huawei, citing concerns over espionage and national security. Trump's administration has also restricted the export of sensitive technologies to China while pushing for increased investment in U.S. innovation and domestic semiconductor production. China's Belt and Road Initiative and military buildup have further increased its global influence. Through the BRI, China has created economic ties with countries across Asia, Africa, and Europe, challenging the US-led international order. Meanwhile, its militarization of the South China Sea threatens US naval dominance in the Indo-Pacific, a region critical for global trade. In response, President Trump has prioritized strengthening America's military presence in the Indo-Pacific. His administration has expanded naval patrols in the South China Sea, reinforced alliances with regional powers like Japan and India, and promoted the Quad Alliance, which includes the US, Japan, Australia, and India. These efforts aim to counter China's growing military and strategic influence while ensuring freedom of navigation in international waters. China's cultural and political influence has also grown through soft power initiatives such as Confucius Institutes and global media campaigns. These programs seek to promote Chinese culture and language while advancing Beijing's narrative on the international stage. Trump has sought to combat this influence by challenging China's role in global institutions. He has pushed for reforms in organizations like the United Nations and the World Health Organization, arguing that China has disproportionate sway. Additionally, Trump has increased scrutiny of Chinese cultural and academic programs in the US, warning of their potential to spread propaganda and undermine American values. As president, Donald Trump remains committed to reshaping America's relationship with China. His plans include expanding tariffs, strengthening domestic industries, and decoupling the U.S. economy from China in critical sectors like technology and pharmaceuticals. Trump has also emphasized the importance of forging stronger alliances with democratic nations to form a united front against China's influence. Furthermore, Trump has advocated for increased transparency and accountability in dealings with China, particularly regarding trade practices, intellectual property theft, and human rights abuses. His administration views these measures as essential for protecting American interests and maintaining global stability. The power China holds over the United States is multifaceted, encompassing economic, technological, and strategic dimensions. President Donald Trump has made it a priority to address this imbalance, implementing bold policies to counter China's influence and strengthen America's position. While the challenges are significant, Trump's vision for reducing dependency on China and fostering American resilience reflects a commitment to safeguarding the nation's future. As the US-China relationship continues to evolve, Trump's actions will undoubtedly shape the trajectory of this global power dynamic.